allowed me to sleep in. My little guy was up pretty much all night, kicking, screaming, crying. I think he's teething or he's got one of them Canadian fall colds. Either way, things are sleep is secondary, right? So, um, this is the joy of being a father. You suck it the hell up and you keep going. So, sorry I wasn't there this morning. I am here now. Suffice it to say, I would sleep in on the morning where, the FDA decided to work overtime this weekend. They approved nearly 2 dozen items throughout the weekend. Um, so there's so much work to do today as far as looking at things, breaking things down. Space got 2 upgrades, one from Bank of America, one from Susquehanna, pre-market. So that's another thing that we're going to be taking a look at, as that was a big thing for me. I know the past 2.5 weeks that's been kind of a big focus for me as I've been moving money to both options and equity on them. So I'm pretty stoked for that. Yeah, Flux and Sol are doing well as well. I know that the market is looking really strong pre-market here, guys. So not a ton of surprises there. Good day, Lusitano. For those of you that happen to catch the stock I tweet about trading, if you want to tell people that you're in the market, just go buy a couple bio stocks and that's it. Now you can be a degen trader like everyone else. I had some people message me on it. I don't take any shade on that guy. Stock guy and I, we get each other. We understand what's going on. I can make the same shady comments about solar, EV, or tech, and that's not what this is about. He was joking, and it has nothing to do with bio. Stocky is well aware of the hours and hours and hours that I pour into bio. So no shade there, no drama there. We own the same page. Just setting up YouTube properly. I wish that there was a way for me to create a preset. I still haven't been able to find one, so just waiting for that to fill out. But what we're going to do here, guys, is I am going to open up marbles here. Winner gets to pick the first stock we look at today, and as much as I want that to be space, that may not be the case. Yeah, that's just it. I got a thicker skin than that. Even if Stocky did think I was a complete reprobate when it comes to my trading, I'd be okay with that. Other people's opinions matter very, very little. You know what I mean? So let's go to... I'm going to load up some Marbies here. I'll pick the track. I'll pick the track that we guys can get in, and then I'm actually going to go to grab a cup of coffee here because I am literally just going to run on caffeine today. That's the only way this is going to go, is I'm going to run on caffeine. So let's find a race. Devil's Chaos 2. Okay, that sounds good. Let's do some Devil's Chaos 2. All right, guys. So go ahead, exclamation mark play. I'm going to go grab a coffee. I will be right back. Remember, winner gets to pick the first stock we look at today and break down as the market opens. My personal vote is space, but pick what you will. And I will be right back. Well, somebody drank all my coffee, so that's going to hurt for a little bit. But let's get this race going here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Huge shout out to all of the subs and follows and everything, guys. It was the single biggest week of growth for both YouTube and Twitch in the past 12 months. So last week, guys, you rocked it. Really, really thankful for everybody that's been showing up. Yura's rocking it, starting that sub train early. Huge shout out to Yura. He's in the lead. See, guys, it pays to gift subs. It gets you that boost in marbles, right? Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Oh, Abez life dead. Rip. All right. Here comes hair. You're gifted more. He needs the boosts. Oh. Here's my little dude. Poor little guy. Yeah, I know. Oh, hair gets the brakes put on. Yura shoots. Oh, no, hits the post. Everybody's getting cucked here. Everybody. I know. No touch. All right, we got these spiky things that are going to shoot these guys off into space. Let's see how they do. Game is rigged. Game is rigged. No. Throw marbles up, they said. It'll be easy, they said. I don't think they've ever had a baby on their lap trying to monitor marbles. There should be an auto follow option on this. Follow the leader. I'll have to do it without audio. I don't know. We're saying no. So where did Yura go? Yura's way back there. Man, sorry. Rip Yura. Oh, hair's taking the really long way down. I don't know what's better, going up this snake pipe or going down the long way. Let's see here. Lol Gore Hunter. Oh, he's taking the big one. Hair's taking the little one. Erico tried to just skip the whole thing, and he did! He lands the... Look at it! He nailed the landing! Erico nails it! He's like, screw the pipe, I'm just going for it. This one is James. This is my youngest of 8. Eric O'Fallon. Yeah, 8 kids. 6 girls, 2 boys. This is my little guy, though. Yeah. James. J. Yeah. Actually, it works out really well because we had the 5 girls and then a boy and then a little girl and then a boy. So my oldest boy has a little sister to look after and a little brother to brawl with, and the little brother has got a big brother to look up to. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Eric O'Fallon taking the win. Mwah. All right, little dude, you got to go now, okay? Yeah, I know. Here you go. Okay. So, Erico, choice is yours, sir. Which stock are we watching on the open? Space to the moon. Space to the moon. It's true. It's very, very true. That's solid analysis. Space is actually going to go to the moon. Outer orbit, anyway. Okay, so this is where we want to go here, guys. The reason why space is particularly relevant to me is we do have an equity position of a couple grand in there. There's about $3,000 sitting in there pre-market. And then my options portfolio, which we'll pull up here for you guys to see. Voila, there she is. You'll see that those options I took for 1750 calls are already in strike. So looking good. Hopefully those of you that were here last week heard the due diligence on space, are in on this play. Again, guys, disclaimer, Stocky's cutting stream. He's happy to send them here. I'm pretty sure Stocky's live. If he's cutting it, I'll take it. I don't mind those guys coming in and hanging out. Okay, here we go, guys. We are live. Let's make this to the 1-day chart. Maybe 2-day chart. 1 day is kind of funny when it's just getting started there. Okay, so 1822. Yeah, space is going quite well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, brother. Okay, so $18, guys. I don't expect this to continue to run simply on Bank of America and Susquehanna. That's not enough to keep this run up. Now, what may keep this run up is people are looking into space now as a result of the upgrade and the price target of $35, and they are seeing that there is a launch coming up in a few weeks. That may cause this to continue to run. Now, that being said, guys, in the event that this runs to near my $25 out, I will exit my options and my equity, and I'm going to move into Apple pre iPhone announcement and ride that train up. So watching that very, 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 very closely. I had quite a few people, guys, asking about what these are underneath the actual price here. I run volume just to see what the volume is playing on the day, what that looks like. I'm also running the CCI. So just seeing what the consumer index is on it. Is there a lot of consumer interest in this right now? And then on top of that, the MACD. So what is the current trend looking like? As you guys can see, it crossed pre-market and is just heading to the moon. And then my RSI, guys, is this overbought? Is this oversold? Currently, this is saying that it's 97.5 overbought. I expect this to taper out and come back down as the stock adjusts to this as a new option. This thing is just going to keep going, I guess. Okay, so currently my space contracts are up $300 today. So I'll take that. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here's the 1-day chart, guys. I like to go 2-day because when it's like this, it's kind of too small. So here's the chart. No, Lusitano, I hate it when that happens. I hate it when the broker makes you bite the dust. Oh, it's absolutely the worst. All right, where do we see this going today, guys? Where do we see this headed into the end of the day? Oh, that's not cool, man. I am sorry to hear that. Invalid parameter. Please specify. I hate that I can't run polls. I got to figure that out. I got to take that note of like, learn how to run polls on your channel. Because that's something I'd like to be able to do. All right, guys, what do you think? Price targets. Price targets on space. Where's she going today? 20, 22, 25? Space 20, 23, 22. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to diamond hands it or not. If it goes to 23 today, I'm out. If it goes to 23, that's so close to 25, I'll just get out. Because I'm fairly certain that this is going to run. Again, you're a huge thank you for the subs, man. The gifted subs, you are my number one gifter. I'm thinking of throwing up a gift of some kind at the end of every month for the top gifter. Any ideas why Microsoft is running? It's running the market. The tech industry is just going pre-market. Yeah, that's why things are running right now. The market decided to have bullish sentiment, and so away she goes. So we head to the watch list here, guys. Space is up 14%. IPIX is up 3. ETM, Waiter, MFA, LPL. LPL got some news. ACRX is up. SPY's up. Apple's up. GameStop's up. I actually would like to see Apple come back down. The only things that aren't up for me, guys, are energy, bio, and security. Everything that's in the tech sector is up. She's just going, going, going. Roscoe Carambuan, thanks for the follow, guys. Much appreciated. Poll new. What should we do? Up A, up B, up C, work. Poll. What should we... Where does space go? Okay, and then I pipe. 25, pipe, 24, pipe, 23. Invalid parameter. No. It's dead, Jim. Does not work. Oh, well, not a huge deal. Okay, so SPY's looking solid today, guys. 333 on the SPY. Space is continuing to run 1878. IPIX is up 3, almost 4% today, which isn't saying a lot. That's 1 penny. Goes up a penny, goes up 4%. Yikes. Robinhood is screwed up. I am sorry to hear that. ETM, guys. ETM continues to get insider interest. It's continuing to buy up as its CEO buys shares over and over and over again. I would not be surprised as we head into the initial debates to see ETM really start to take off. Again, the guys, they're making their money on ad revenue. So political ads heading into the election are going to be big for them. Twitch TV, how to use polls. On your dashboard, for your first poll, click create a new poll. Add. It's a button. Ooh, you're right. It is a button. Well, there's a watch party option here as well for Prime. I could watch the Leprechauns with you guys heading into Halloween. Watch party Leprechaun. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Now it's got a manage poll option. Create a new poll. Question. Okay, hopefully that works. Do you guys see a poll now? I think we may have fixed it. I think Yura may have hooked me up. Thanks again, Yura. This is why boomers need people that are technically savvy. Okay, it looks like we're leaning much closer to the 20. 25 would be amazing. I would be pretty thrilled to see 25. I will say here, what normally we would see as a sell-off is not really selling off. Now the volume is decreasing a little bit. Let's open up the space calls. So I have space calls for October 30th. So this is the week after the launch at 1750. They're worth about $1.39 a piece right now. $1.39 a piece. Okay, poll looks like it's done. 6 votes. 3 of them be $20. So $20 is what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's pretty solid. Oh, and there's some volume there. I was just saying, oh, it looks like the volume's tapering off. Nope. Spacey just wants to go all day long. Not at all. So the thing that we are going to be watching for, guys, after pre-market here, about 9:45, I'm going to start breaking down a bunch of the biostocks that got news, what that's looking like. I am going to take a deeper dive into the Apple event. I am going to look at SPAQ. If you guys have tickers that you want me to look at, please just put them in chat. If you want me to take a look at your ticker first, there are options to spend your Canuck bucks to have your ticker pushed up the list. Okay, but right now I am going to take a look at SPAQ. How long have I been trading for? Passively for 5 years, actively since January. January, I started an account with about 3 grand in it Canadian, with the hopes of seeing how far I could grow that in a single year, actively trading and focusing on that through COVID. Currently, what we're looking at is I can take a look at MU. I don't have any thoughts off the top of my head, but I'll take a look. Currently, the value of the portfolio is 28,000 US. So I would very much doubt they have $100 billion loan, seeing as we don't have $100 billion. But yeah, I'll definitely take a look. So this is 28,000 US, which works out to be about, what's the math on that? US to CAD. Yeah, so it's about 38 grand. Yeah, yeah, it's close to that. Yeah, it looks like it's about 38 grand Canadian. So that's the growth on this, guys. It's now 1,200% on the year. So the portfolio is up 1,200% on the year. I show my portfolio, guys. I know there's a lot of people that aren't comfortable doing that. I am, however, comfortable showing you guys my portfolio because I want you to see that I'm actually taking these trades. I do have skin in the game. I don't think it does anybody any favors for me to be sitting here looking at this going, oh, well, this is what's going on here and this is the value in this. Meanwhile, it's all paper money. What would be the point of that, right? It's got to be real dollars. I am going to exit this BlackBerry position here because I want these funds available. Okay, so let's go to tip ranks here, and we'll go. What's that? What's that? Guys, it's not that I don't like BlackBerry. Does TD charge anything, or it's all free outside of the US? I know it's paid. I'm outside of the US. I'm in Canada. I pay commissions on my trades. But again, guys, for me, I would rather pay commission for my trades and know that I've got a broker that I can actually call than something like Robinhood that when you get stiffed, you get stiffed, and that's the way it is. So the 2 platforms that I use, guys, for my options, for my equity plays, it's TD. I love the charts. I love how it works. I love the tool. So I trade on that. And then my options plays, I trade on Interactive Brokers. For me, that was just the ideal platform for the options trading. I'm not a huge fan of using TD for that. I prefer having my options portfolio separate in separate brokerage. So Yeah, I use ID for that now. Let's go to tip ranks here. I do have to exit tip ranks on there. Guys, you guys can check out what I'm doing, the moves I'm making on my portfolio there at that link. That should be showing up. Why is it showing up? Is it not tip ranks? Is it portfolio? There it is. There's the link. Okay, so let's head here. Let's do this. My holdings, BlackBerry. Yeah, I removed my position in that. And then what I'm going to be looking at today is, where's my boy Apple? Apple. Okay, so this is good. I want to do the math on this. What is it? 113.40 by 114 divided by Okay, so how far do we think Apple runs on the iPhone news? Do we see Apple 130? Do you think that's realistic? Do we see Apple 130? Because the question for me here is, do I take this liquidity that I've got and put it 135? Because I mean, with the equity game, it's about sizing, right? I could take 35 shares of Apple at 113, make $20 a share, 20 by 35, make $600, or take significantly more shares of Space at 18 and ride that. I take it into Space, to be honest. What I might do here is big sheet Space. I think I do this. I think I go with Space, and I might cash out my options today. I don't think so. No. No, because they've got news next week as well. I don't think that we see Space dip again before the launch. I'd like to see some more profit taking. I'd like to think that that's not the extent of the profit taking, though. I think today we could see it kind of calm down a little bit, and I don't necessarily want to buy at the high. Now, this volume is not stopping, though, so I think I'm going to buy this. I think that this is the play. Make sure it's US margin. Let's do 222 shares at 200 shares. Whatever, 1894, sure. Okay, so increase my holdings of Space to 400. 400, and my purchase price is now 1761. Which is still a decent DCA. If I could see Wader come back down, if Wader would come back down to $3 for me, I would probably look at that position again. wait her into November with the second wave. Today is a good day. It is a good day. ETN's up 4%. I'm pretty happy about that. I guess I don't need to take, maybe I do that instead. If I can't take the Apple play, I take the LPL play. 655, I've got 1200 there. 1200 divided by 655. 180 shares. I think maybe that's what I do. Okay, so now I've got 330 shares of LPL. At, what's their price point? Average price is 676. And that'll be my Apple play. I like that. I like what I did there. I think that that's okay. So for those of you that don't understand what I just did there, essentially what I did is Apple was too overpriced for me. I didn't like it as far as playing on an equity play. Maybe as an options play, it's a value. But equity, I just can't get enough equity in it to really make it worthwhile for me. So what I'm doing instead is I'm taking LPL, which is LG Display. They make the screens for the iPhone, the iWatch, and the iPad. And I'm playing that at $6 as opposed to Apple at 115, and gets significantly more shares in it. Now, if we're taking a look at LPL, guys, just want to make sure I mark this down. 30 minutes LPL. Yeah, we'll do. Okay, so with LPL, guys, I want to pull this up over 6 months. It's in a decent spot right now. If you look over the past 6 months, we go out the full year to see the COVID effect. It's a little bit below where it was pre-COVID. Now, I want to go back here to, let's go 5 years. You're going to see significant spikes here, I think. Maybe the big sheet is better than the little sheet here. LPL, let's go back 3 years. Okay, whenever there is a significant spike, it's usually on an iPhone release. So I think this run to 10 was an iPhone release. 2019, did that have an iPhone? But traditionally, when I've looked at this, heading into the Christmas season, we see a buy up. Heading into Christmas, we see a buy up. As long as you're getting in, in the bottom here. Heading into Christmas, there's a buy up. So really for me, this is the same thing of like, okay, this is an Apple play. This is my Apple play. I can't afford Apple because I'm not one of those guys out there with the bankroll to do so. So for me, it's okay. Well, take the play that you can get. This is the play that I can get. So I'll take LPL. I'm pretty happy about what it's doing. Apple for me, it's an iPhone, guys. What is Apple going to do on iPhone? They're going to sell like hotcakes. It just does that, right? That's a thing. It's just the reality of the situation. So for me, I know everybody likes to say there's no such thing as a sure thing, but an iPhone dropping is kind of a sure thing in my book. In my opinion. Did we drop the disclaimer? I can't remember if I dropped the disclaimer or not. Let's drop it. Okay, so disclaimer. Guys, I am not a financial expert. I'm not an advisor. I'm not a professional analyst. I'm a guy sitting in his office at home. I work in digital marketing, traditionally over 15 years experience in that. So do I understand how businesses work? Yes. Do I understand that when businesses drop PR, this is the slant they're trying to make on it? Yes. Is that what I trade on? Yes. I am not, however, a financial analyst expert. I don't work for a bank or a hedge fund or an investment firm. I'm just a guy like you that reads the articles, sees what I see, and I make plays off it. Now, am I successful at it so far this year? Yes. 1,200% increase so far this year on the portfolio. It's been a successful year. It's been a good year so far. Now, we'll see how we finish. Q4, I've got a lot of plays tied up into Q4. So we'll see what that looks like. But If I'm looking at the portfolio here, Waiter is a Q4 play. Space is a Q. Well, Space is the next couple weeks here, but this should continue to go up for me. Side Eye is a Q4 play. ACRX is a Q4 play. IPIX is a Q4 play. MNK is a 2-year play. LPL is a Q4, Q1 2021 play. ETM is a Q4 play. So all of these guys are really heavy into Q4. I'm hoping for a big Christmas, and I'm hoping that I can start the new year with a kind of a clean slate and a large bankroll that I can do with what I want. Now that being said, um, who knows? Who knows what happens through the election? Let's say something nutty happens and Trump decides he's banning all space travel and this disappears. Right? You never know what's going to happen. I guess day by day, but so far so good is what we're looking at. Okay, let's start to do some breakdowns here, guys. Let's take a look at SPAC. So this is one that keeps coming up. A lot of people asking about it. They're expecting it to be the same thing as Tesla. I heard a $45 price point earlier today from somebody that has traded these SPACs, like Nikola. 45 is what people are throwing out as a potential price target. I'm going to say probably closer to 35. Now, that being said, it's still 100% return on whatever you put in. So Fisker is well known in the automotive industry. He's a solid designer. They actually have a drivetrain. They've got a product. They have patent. This is very different from Nikola guys. But that being said, there's a lot of people that are going to be extremely wary who have been burned on Nikola and aren't sure what exactly is going on there. So then to jump into another SPAC is going to be highly unlikely, I think. So I mean, for me, guys, I'm always going to say that these special acquisitions are extremely risky. I think that we see in the new year a lot more rules and legislation around what you can and cannot do with SPACs, and the amount of detail that's required in order to file one. There's just not enough information being given to, not enough information being given to the general investor for this to be allowed endlessly. I think we see this burn away in a big way. But yeah, we'll see what the day brings. We'll see where we're at. I think that this is going to be a fairly solid day, all things considered. Just checking this out to see what's going on here. Make sure that everything's working everywhere. SOL, I can definitely take a look at SOL. I've got MU up next, and then RY, and then I will take a look at SOL. Yeah, man. I mean, playing pennies, right? Playing pennies. If you hold tight of like, oh, I refuse. I refuse on principle to spend pennies. It's like, okay, well, you squeeze pennies to miss out on dollars. Was it worth it? Right? Um, it's a tough decision to make. It really, really is. Okay. For those of you that are wondering what I'm looking at up here, this is making sure that everything's working properly on the stream. If you see me looking over here, it's because this is where OBS is, and then this here is this is where the money is being made. Okay, so let's take a look at MU, guys. I kept this up because I did want to mention GLU. I think that this is kind of cool what they've done with the app. I think that this is a long time coming that more companies try to do this. So I definitely want to mention what they're doing. Let's take a look at MU. This is Micron, guys. This is a chip play. It is in the tech sector. They haven't returned to pre-COVID levels yet. I think heading into Q1, you often see them spike up. So if you were to enter now, I imagine we do see it back up around 60 is my thought on Mew. Chips typically do well. Tech typically does well from November through December. Then we see the results come out in January, which is what drives it up. So really, MU I think is not underpriced. I think it's reasonably priced at the moment, and then you'll see it head closer to the 60 price point through Christmas. That's kind of my thoughts on that. We got to play this on a green day. Now, because I tweet, or because I stream, guys. Oh, I can't play that here. Um, because I stream on multiple platforms, I unfortunately cannot stream anything that's got DMCA potential. Just because it'll get demonetized over on YouTube. So for me, everybody can watch that should they so wish. I'll leave that up there because it's I checked it out. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But typically, guys, just ask me to drop the link or before you drop it. But yeah, that one's fine. I'll leave it up there. You guys can watch it if you want. I can't play it, but you can definitely watch it. Okay, so that's my thoughts on MU, guys. What we're looking at with that is it does strong into Q1 through Christmas when you get the numbers. Right now, it's not underpriced; it's reasonably priced, but there is room for it to run as far as an options play or an equity play, in my opinion, heading into the Christmas buyout. I want to go here, and I want to go here, and I want to go here. All right, let's check out the big sheet here. How's space doing? Ace King, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that so much. Can you share the website you use? For what, Lusitano? I have a bunch of different websites that I use, guys. If I want an initial breakdown of headlines and news, that's seekingalpha.com. Okay, guys. So, Seeking Alpha. I have to put in the HTTP or it doesn't show, right? Um, The other thing that the tools that I typically use, guys, would be Seeking Alpha and TipRanks. TipRanks, I can go to MU and see what the analysts have on this. Typically, for a bigger company like MU that's in a sector that is fairly consistent, and this is a bigger stock, it's not like it's coming out with revolutionary technology. For me, what I like to look at here is typically I would come to the analysts and see where they're at. We've got a sell on this as of today at 35. Somebody doesn't like what they're seeing on this. The average right now is 63. This sell side from Citigroup, that's very interesting. Everybody else seems to be kind of all over the board from 65 up to 100 on the high side. 100 would be the high. I don't think it goes to 100. I think 60 is reasonable. This 65 range, 60, 65. Um, probably closer to 60, but seeing that I'm pretty on par with the analysis here. How did I do over the weekend? Did I increase in my position? 73,000 out of 185. That's not bad. This will go up huge tomorrow. Space at 1917. I'm selling at 20. All right. I mean, I'm not. Um, if it goes to 23, 24, 25 today, fine. I'll get out. I'll get out because that's kind of where I was expecting it to go. But that being said, I don't really have a play to run it into. Um, I'm wondering what I'm going to run it into because I don't necessarily want to run that into Apple, and I think that space is going to continue to have milk. So I think probably slowing my roll a bit, not just pulling the trigger on the excitement. I think that I probably might just hold this until pre-launch. Now I am running back into BlackBerry. Yeah, BlackBerry is a long hold for me for sure. I just don't know that the event on the 7th is going to be enough to make it run nearly as much as space is getting to run. Um, Yeah, I'm looking at my calls right now. They're up $415 right now. Um, I mean, these 1750 calls. Well, that's kind of what I'm reasoning out loud right now. Is what would I do with space? When would I get out of it? And the question that I have to ask myself isn't when do I see this tapering off? It's where would I take the money from this that's going to give me a better return over the next couple of weeks? And I don't really see it because even if this goes to 23, 24, 25, this is just on the Bank of America and the Susquehanna, right? Um, yeah. If this is going to run to $23, $25 on space, no, this isn't the launch, Jacob. This is Bank of America and Susquehanna gave it a buy rating with upgrades pricing it around the $35 price target. So they said there was a double up opportunity. So the market's losing its mind on that now. I don't know that it runs to that double up price point on this, but if it's going to raise the price heading into the launch, I think that this is going to be a big deal. Now, my only concern is, and I guess this is something that I should be checking, is I should be checking when the presidential debates are. I want to make sure that with October 23rd being the. Really? You want me to pay for the dates? This is why New York Times, Wall Street Journal, are all just dying. I know the first debate is tomorrow. What I'm looking at is there a debate around or on launch date? No. Okay. So so October 15th is the last debate. So this is good. So all of the debates will be done by the launch. So all eyes will be on this launch. The reason why this launch is big is for a couple of reasons. One is Virgin Galactic's first official, launch. The other thing is it's the first launch out of the New Mexico base, and this could be big for the future of space travel, guys. That New Mexico launch base could be the new Cape Canaveral. Oftentimes, flights out of Cape Canaveral are extremely difficult, given the hurricane season, typhoons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so New Mexico provides a little bit more. So where do you see consolidation for space now? I mean, ideally, if it would stay around this $18, 18.50 line, I wouldn't be sweating buckets on it. I have a dollar cost average of 17.90 on it. So long as it stays above that, I'm okay with that. But yeah, no, they're boned. They're still boned into their next peak season. The cruise lines are still boned. They can have bookings, but they can also have refunds. I very much doubt ships are sailing through this, even with the vaccine. All right, Redemption, I'm going to break down this RY thing. All right, RY, guys, is the next one on the list that we are taking a look at. Where are we at here? 49 minutes. Okay, RY. Yeah, this is the Royal Bank of Canada. Okay. Um, a lot of people are very aware of the economic situation down south in the States and what's going on there. Up in Canada, the bigger issue that we have is our government is running solely on debt. We don't. Our major GDP push is out of our mining, timber, and oil. All of those are getting pounded right now, absolutely destroyed. So our level of income into the government is nil, while the government is spending errantly on debt. Lumber is keeping us alive, but we are not winning on it. We are definitely not winning on it, especially with nationalist strategies coming out of the states. So right now, guys, oil is just tanking us as a country. Yeah. Oil's just tanking us, and it's being savage about it. Short of us finding a massive lithium mine in Canada somewhere, I think we're in trouble. I think we're in trouble. So that being said, what do we look at as far as the banks in Canada? The Canadian government is going to keep the banks afloat. They do want the banks running and operating so people don't cause a run on the banks and try to get all their money out and then deplete the system even further. So what they are going to do is the Canadian government, if it's spending on debt anyway, is going to continue funding them. Eisman thinks that they're due for correction after the next credit cycle. I'm going to disagree with him only on the basis of if you look at where we were pre-COVID, right now we're sitting around $70. I think that as we head into a Trump, now again, I've been transparent on this, guys. I think Trump takes the election. So if Trump takes the election, what we're gonna see is, well, lithium's the future. That's why I say lithium. I'm more concerned about what Tesla's doing 10 years from now than what we're doing right now. Yeah, I can take a look at NNOX. Yeah, my thoughts on this, I really think that RY, TD, those are going to be floated. And I think that we see on a Trump election, we see oil demand go back up. We know that with a Supreme Court that is right leaning, we can expect to see the pipelines come through. So Keystone Dakota, I think that's going to be positive for the Canadian economy as a whole. As a result, we'll see a resurgence back into oil, which means the West will start funding the East again, and that will lead to the banks doing well financially. So for me, I think I have Royal Bank on a 12-month price target around that $80 line. I think that's a reasonable place for them to be if Trump wins the election. Now, if Trump does not win the election, we still have a Supreme Court that's right leaning, which means the Dakota and Keystone lawsuits that are going to the Supreme Court are still probably going to be put through. But that doesn't mean that we won't see Biden put some kind of eco green stop this nonsense thing on it. So it won't be as good. But the reality is, I think that Trump is going to take the election, and in turn, we are going to see this head to closer to the 80 mark. That's kind of my thought on it. But again, I think it is largely based on what you are doing with whoever is going to win the election. Okay, guys, my coffee should be just about brewed, so I'm going to leave you with the fine folks. Yikes! Huge shout out to everybody following and subscribing. This is the wrong screen. That's also the wrong screen. That's also the wrong screen. Interesting. What if we go? I'm sure I can find the right screen here, guys. This is why you don't let boomers do these kind of things. So let's go here like this. Okay, perfect. But that's the wrong screen. That's not where I want that. So let's pause that and we'll move that up here. Okay, now it's on the right screen. That's where I want it. And then I want to go here. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now we're cooking with gas. This is looking like a thing. And then we're going to go here. And we're going to go here. And we're going to do this. And we're going to do, hey, Saki. Hi. There he is. Okay. All right. And let's let the good times roll. Silent film era. What are you talking about? No music? Ha, my bad. I'll figure this all out one day, I swear. Or I'll just pay somebody to do it. All right, we're back at it. Went to see Empire Strikes Back in theater last night. You know, sometimes how movie theaters put on like vintage movies. It was my oldest daughter's 16th birthday, and she wanted Dad to take her to see Empire Strikes Back in theater. And obviously, as a father, sometimes you have to bite the bullet and just kind of take one for the team. So I did. And I had an amazing time. But when I walked in, there was Captain America's Avengers Endgame Funko Pop. So that clearly has to be purchased. Has to go back on the shelf. Add to the wall a little bit, right? All right. So that is a Royal Bank there. Next up, we're going to take a look at Soul. We got Soul, but we know a soldier. Renesola. This is solar power, solar generation, building subsidiaries, operates segments, solar power development, EPC, electrician, develops community solar gardens, sells project rights. Engineering, procurement, construction business includes engineering design, procurement of solar modules, balance of system components. Okay, so it does solar, and solar. It is later today. The launch is not today. The launch is on the 23rd of October. Space is running on Bank of America and Susquehanna, giving it an upgrade. 1926. Okay, so solar. I want to take a look at the analysts on this. Solar guys is for me, it's such a hit and miss. Got a $4 price target on it. There's only a single person from HC Wainwright on this thing. It's got an 86% upside. It's close to doubling up. I don't know what the impetus is on solar. If Biden wins, I think I would be more bullish on solar. So in the event that Biden wins, guys, solar, green energy, pot be the plays that I'm looking at. They had news today about partnering with a German company, Vodafone, which I assume is an off branch of Vodafone. Yeah, guys, I'm just not sure about this. I'm the solar hype train for me, guys. You want to know which one I like into solar? This is the one that I've been talking about since January in solar. This is the one that I like because they pair their natural gas with their oil with their solar, and they're slowly building up a solar presence while backing it with fossil fuels. This is the one for me. If I was going to play anything, this is the one that I would play. And right now, it's on a buy the dip. Yeah, this looks like a big one for me. This is, in my opinion, I like Total better. Yeah, but BP constantly is in the limelight for screwing things up. All right, so that's my spin, my shtick on Soul, guys. It is my eldest daughter's birthday today, so I will probably checking it out closer to 11, less it's slightly shorter stream. I'm also running on pure fumes, like 2 hours of sleep. So probably not going to be going as long today. Just FYI on that. Okay, GLU is the next one I want to talk about, guys. So Glue Mobile, GLUU, I should say. GLUU, guys, is not one that you guys may be familiar with. However, okay, so the games that this company makes. So the Disney mobile battle game is one of theirs. So Disney Sorcerer's Arena, WWE Universe, Design Home. We're going to come back to this one. Diner Dash Adventures, Covet Fashion. We're going to come back to this one. Tap Sports Baseball, Cooking Dash, Restaurant Dash. This is Gordon Ramsay's. Kim Kardashian's app, and Deer Hunter. Okay, these are their collections. Now, anytime a company pairs with Disney, that's fantastic. WWE is a great, solid brand. MLB Sports for people that like to play those games. Gordon Ramsay, Kim Kardashian, those are pretty solid as far as some star power attached to the brand. I love Deer Hunter. I'm sure most people do. But the reason why I'm saying Covet and Design Home are of particular interest. So I downloaded this app over the weekend, gave it a try, saw what it was. Essentially what it is you hop onto the phone and you design different rooms. It's got different criteria that you need to meet, and you design the rooms out. Now, the interesting thing with this is now what they've made available is, let's say you design a room and you actually like it, right? It looks solid. It looks like it's a really good thing. What you're doing then is you're saying, okay, I like this room. I like the room that I designed. I'd like to buy some of these things in real life. This app is now going to give you the ability to buy those things directly. Now, obviously, you can see some similar design on both of these. I believe they're going to do the same thing with Covet. I think Covet Fashion is going to see something similar where you can actually design these using real clothing from stores, and you will be able to purchase the outfits you design from the app directly. Now, for a lot of people, this may not seem like a huge deal, but I think that this is an excellent way to monetize apps in a real world capacity. I think this is something that's been lacking as far as that connection goes, where instead of you just spending money for digital clothing or digital furniture, now when you buy, you can actually, right, it's great for IKEA, it's great for Wayfair. As far as a struggling retail sector, a fashion app where people can design their you've got that gamification, the competition there. But if people like what they design and they want to buy that outfit to send home, I mean, picture a 17, 18-year-old girl, right? Lady, woman, whatever. Picture them, they set up their outfit, they're like, damn, that girl is smoking hot. I would love to have that outfit. One click, buy. In the mail, sent to your address, and you're rocking that outfit in the next week. Is that going to be everybody? No. But is there a huge potential that instead of just in-game microtransactions, now you have people actually buying retail directly from an app? I think there's something there. I think there's something there in a big, 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 big way. So I'm very, very stoked for that. I think another thing that they could do with a lot of these apps is tie them in directly to film. So Disney Sorcerer's Arena, for example, right? You've got all of these different Disney characters. As the new films are coming out, I think what you do is you either make it an in-game purchase where you can buy the character for, let's say, you buy the character for $25, but you also get a ticket to the movie, let's say, right? A digital ticket to the movie. I think that would be huge. Or access to it on Disney Plus or whatever, right? Disney Sorcerer's Arena Prime or Plus, where you get access to all of the latest heroes in the app, but you also get Disney Plus with your purchase. I think that's a huge way to just tie it in, and Amazon's done something similar with its Prime Video, its Prime Shipping, and whatever. But this app lineup, guys, Glue is on my radar. It is something I'm interested in. It's up a little bit right now, but it hasn't returned to highs. I think up at that $10 mark is reasonable. I think it could go further depending on what they see as far as actual sales, and that will be interesting for me. But heading into Christmas, heading into an additional stimulus, I think there's potential here. I think that I would price target it around the $12 mark, so not quite doubled up. I'd be very interested to see what analysts have on it. Yeah, about the $11 mark. The high is 12.50. I would put it around 12. So I'm not crazy. I'm not completely off my rocker with this one, but I think there is potential here for sure. Okay, space is 1952. Yeah, so they had a like a see it now feature where you could essentially what you could do was see it today for $35 or $40, and you skip the theater on it and you see it before everybody else, and then when it comes out, you can watch it then too. For me, I didn't do that. The movie looks decent actually. The movie has got a lot of faces in it that I'm a big fan of, so I will watch it when it comes out. But I'm not going to pay an additional $30 to see it. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I'll wait. Space wants to go to 20. Is that where we're at with this? Really? 1962. It's not slowing down. All right, where do you boys see space running to here? I mean, it's not slowing down. Yeah.
Or I didn't take it.
Yeah, I am too.
I didn't expect the turnaround to be that quickly.
Well, this is out of the blue, right? This is not on the news. This is I can't claim that I knew this was going to happen. This is Bank of America
on the Bank of America. Yeah,
like it.
Like, I'd say 20, 21, sorry, $20 to $22, something maybe.
That's where it's found its traditional resistance, right?
30, 35.
Well, I would think the key is if it can break through 2021 is.
I don't think it's going to be an issue. This is just like added momentum because it was going to go up anyway for the launch, but now we have like an upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just it. I was looking at it like, oh, I'll sell. Like, first thing this morning, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to sell this if it goes to, 23, 25. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why would you sell it? Like, what are you going to move into? What else is going to have this kind of sure growth heading into October when everything else is kind of lost in these debates? This is the only thing that's a sure thing of like, yeah, it's taking off. It's going to the moon. Like, it, at least the hype is. Like, that trend, I'm out before the launch, but that run up to the launch is just going to be a sure thing, right?
I think a key level is 21 to 2150, right?
I have no idea on levels.
I don't know. You can kind of correct me on that on redemption. Looking at history and looking at resistance in previous, that seems like a previous level of resistance anywhere between 2050 and 2150.
The only reference point I have, because like if I was to look at the book levels, like they're just there's
not levels in that sense. I'm just talking about resistance and support lines, basically.
I mean, yeah, where we are at this 20 level right here. I mean, it's only been past this twice. One was that initial run up on its pre-bookings that it ran to $35 on, and the second time was on SpaceX's launch. That's the only other time that this thing has touched this point. So I don't know that there's enough data that we can say historically it's done this, and this is where that resistance.
The reason I say that is I'm looking at like previous runs that stopped at 2079, 2038.
Oh, you're talking April, May.
2130.
Yeah. I see them now.
Yeah, there's a lot of touch points that hit that area and then just pull back, and then like you point two blow throughs, right? I mean, hopefully, with the upgrade, it should have the momentum. But if we have a pullback day, who knows what happens, right?
Yeah, what is the SPY doing today?
So it does have this like pretty solid resistance, but it even blew past that on Tesla's launch. So it now blowing past it on its own launch would be kind of sus.
Yeah,
especially with the.
No, I'm with you guys. I'm just saying that is the key level to watch, right?
Yeah.
So
okay, that makes sense.
If you hit that 2150, you get a hard rejection, and then it doesn't find support, then that would be concerning. But I think it blows through. I mean, if you look over time, every time it's hit it kind of finds support closer to that level. Because
yep, and then blows back. It happened 4 times.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So that it's just one of those. It's a range that it sits between 14 and 20.
We are right back in the insanity mode. Absolute insanity mode. Look at OXBR.
Oh, I look at SPY today.
Yeah. What's up, Ukeda? Yeah, it's a good day for Virgin Galactic. Made a quick 1.2K. What a day. That's fantastic, man. I'm going to keep holding it. OXBR, AMBO, PLL, like we're looking at 3 stocks here that are up over 180% in a day. Like, this is ridiculous. Well, PLL is not a penny stock. PLL is $32 stock. Yeah, I mean, I think retail is back at it. I don't know where they got their money from, but they're back at it. Okay, so OXBR is unhalted and it's up 700%. What is this? I have no idea what this is. Anybody know the deal? Oxbridge? Why is it doing this? It's an insurance broker for the Gulf Coast region. Are we attacking a country in the Gulf Coast? Did somebody wage war on the oil fields? That is an excellent question. It's based out of the Cayman Islands, but I guess that doesn't really help me understand where their holdings are. And make me think that it's probably the Gulf Coast region of the United States. Sorry, my bad. So is this on hurricanes? Is that it? Is it maybe that the claims are less than expected on hurricane season? $68 million volume on an average of 900,000. SPY's at 14. Oh, somebody from YouTube saying Real Fiction updates on the development of its patent pending Echo 3D display technology. I don't think that's. I don't think that's Oxbridge. So it got halted, spiked up, got halted. It's on its way back down. So run up from sub $2 to $8. Now it's consolidating back down to the 7 line. It's halted. I think if we see the volume show up and buy up out of the halt, it'll keep going. If not, I think we see it tank. Space just touched 20. I'm seeing people are reporting. Yeah, it touched it, and then ran. I know you guys can't see the updates from my interactive brokers, but I just got the announcement you are up over $1,000 today. Oh shit. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, oh man. I literally just swallowed my heart. So IB sends me the updates on the stocks you have or the options you have holdings on, right? And all I see is Space recently tweeting company is canceling the launch of Starlink due to weather. And I just I didn't read it, I just kind of scanned it and all I saw was the words Space canceling launch. And I'm like, no. Like get me out of this position right now. And then I click through to Twitter. I'm like, oh no, it's SpaceX. That's fine. That's a different company. That's okay. Like we're good. We're good. I was literally shitting my pants right there. That was terrible. That is the word. That is exactly the headline I did not want. Right? Like Virgin Galactic Space cancels launch due to weather. Like no, I should know better. It won't be because of the weather. It'll be because of the smoke if they cancel it all. No, space is not running on anything to do with Tom Cruise, man. Checkmate. It's running because two of the largest investment firms in the world gave it a positive update, saying that's worth double where it's really at. Yeah, October 30th, 1750s. Yeah, so I'm up. I'm up. About, my options portfolio is up about 44% today. So I'll take that. Nah. That's the power of community, right? Somebody says something, you're like, that sounds reasonable. I too will do due diligence and look into that. The bottle of whiskey can be sent to 123 Fake Street, Ontario, Canada. Probably. It's a UK thing. Yeah, we've got a queen, so I think it should be okay. All right, guys. Up next, let's take a look at NNOX. NNOX was something that somebody wanted me to look at. The reslate market, I have no clue what that is, so I'm going to educate myself today. We can take a look at that. I'm going to look at NNOX, guys. I'm going to look at CLRO. I'm going to look at reslate, and then I'm going to kick it. I am going to head out for the day. I am literally, like, I can feel my eyes closing. Like I'm going to fall asleep on the desk here. I hate to do that on stream. I'm probably going to cut it a little bit early today. It's also my eldest daughter's birthday, so I should probably be out and about doing things, getting ready for celebrating that with her. Can you believe it? I'm a dad of a 16-year-old. Crazy, right? Real estate, yeah. What's up, Saki? Sorry I couldn't be on earlier today. Yeah, my son was up all night, man. I got barely any sleep. So, all right, let's take a look at NNOX here, guys. Okay, NNOX, NNOX imaging. This is the Israeli. Okay, so we've looked at this before, guys. My take on this is I am not a huge fan. Harder to believe I'm a dad of 8. Yeah, well. I don't know that we have a family photo of all of us, actually. Let's see if I've got a photo of the whole fam here. Oh, crap. I lost my pen. Got it. Okay. LCBO. Yeah, LCBO. All right, so we're up 22% now on that. Anyways, guys, there's the family. There's my my lovely wife, and we are missing a baby on this. My youngest son, who you guys saw earlier, wasn't in that, but yeah. So there's my oldest, my second oldest, my next oldest. Then this one, then this one, then that's my boy, my girl, and then in the belly there's another baby. So there's the family. Love them. That's why I bust butt every day, all day. As far as NNOX guys goes, I'm not a huge fan of this. There's a lot of frauds on it. Yeah, we are a huge Scottish family, so we do this thing with the Willis clan. I'm not a fan of NNOX guys. There's too many bears on this thing. And not like random bears, like accredited bears saying that this thing is a complete fraud. So I'm staying away from NNOX. CLRO. CLRO is, what are we looking at here? Clear 1. Voice and network streaming solutions. So this would be like a VoIP play or a Zoom play. I'd probably price it at $4, depending on the shutdown of COVID and what that looks like. Anywhere from $3 to $4. We can check tip ranks to see where they've got it. I don't know that anybody's going to be on this thing. Yeah, there's nobody on it. I would say $3 to $4. Space is above 20 now. Good. I mean, I think I've spoken enough to the concept of if Trump wins, guys, I am bullish on oil, financials, and tech, and especially anything that's tied to domestic production. So Amazon, Tesla, yeah, Amazon, Tesla. I would be bearish if Trump wins on anything that is social media. So Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I think that they're going to take a hit if Trump wins, because you better believe that the Attorney General is going to go hard and fast on them with the Supreme Court leaning right. They're in for some hard times ahead. But yeah, I'm definitely bullish on if Trump wins, oil, finances, gun stocks. Those are going to do well. Military spending, Boeing, Lockheed Martin. In the event Biden wins, guys, green energy, pot stocks. Again, DGLY would be a big one because I think they're going to mandate body cameras and dashboard cameras and all that at a federal level. Yeah. I think it'll be a coin toss. Either way, gun stocks do well. But yeah, green energy and pot would be on the Biden side, and oil and a bearish sentiment towards social media if Trump wins. That would be my thought. CLRO, guys, I don't see much here. I don't see a lot of reason to rocket roll it. It's neutral. Insider activity, 2 million purchased in the last few months, so that's not bad. But yeah. Yeah. I think DGLY will be a solid play. Sorry, what was that? Yeah. Yeah, I think my biggest thing with this is like, why would I choose this over any one of the dozen other options in the space, right? Like, there's nothing about this that makes it extra special other than that insider purchase. And it's like, well, that's bonkers if I think that that's what I'm doing. It's just buying off that. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, real estate market is going to be the last thing that I speak to today. My take on real estate is heading into the election. Everybody's holding their breath on whether they can afford their rent, their mortgage, etc. I think as we head into this and we get a vaccine, we see things like Airbnb pick back up, which will cause real estate to start to balloon in the States. I think that we are going to see some really, really solid dollars coming in from the real estate market. Unlike the Canadian real estate market that I think is due for a decline, I think the US one is due for a expansion, especially as people move out of urban centers and into suburbs or rural areas to avoid future pandemics. I think that we are going to see some really solid things happening. So I'm pretty happy with the portfolio today. I don't know if you guys can see this. I wish that I could zoom this inside of the platform here, but this portfolio is up 8 and a bit today, 8.5% on the day. The big detractors right now in this portfolio are CYDY that I'm waiting on NASDAQ news or an FDA ruling. This could be the potential cure for HIV as well as a COVID play, as well as a NASDAQ uplisting. So if it gets any one or two of those, I think I should come back to break even on it, especially if it's the cure for HIV. I think this goes. What I'm looking at with ACRX, it's up decent today. Almost break even on it. There's a significant chunk of change in here, about 11 grand, but into Q4, I'm expecting this to quadruple at least. So it should be a decent Christmas for me there. Space is going to run. We're going to exit this position towards the end of the month here. So, I mean, all in all, guys, it's a really fantastic day. Since I did so well on the day, what we're going to do here is I'm going to run some marbles. So let's do that. And then I'm going to head out of here for the day. Winner, ladies and gentlemen, of the marbles will get to... I'll gift a sub. I'll gift a sub. I'm not going to be doing this every day, but I will do... It's Monday. We're crushing it out here. I made 2 grand plus today. My options portfolio included a 3 grand up today. So I think I can spread the love a little bit. So let's go to a race here. I don't want a Grand Prix. Where are the Haunted Hills? Ooh, we'll do that. Okay, so you win this. You win yourself a sub. Make sure you get in, guys. If you're not subbing, if you're not following, wherever you may be watching this, please do that. It's a huge way for me to grow the channel. As always, for those of you guys that are sharing out the stream when I go live on your social media, that's huge in helping me grow this. So thank you for that, guys. I do greatly appreciate that. If you're already a sub, you can give your sub away to somebody else. That's fine. But I am loving the sub growth, both here and on YouTube. For all of you guys that are tuning in on Facebook and LinkedIn, I do appreciate that as well. But without further ado, get in. We're going to end this. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, this one's kind of cool. All right, Blader in first out the gate. Oh, Cedric. Blader. Cedric. You guys are just, you're all in it here. It looks like Clavington's the lead. It just gets confused because as you go around and around, that changes. So let's see who's coming out the pipe here first. Out the pipe, we've got Clavington in the lead. GXO next, and you bet a third. 3 subs leading the way already. Do we break the trend? Does a sub get in here? Kind of like a cool Halloween-y vibe on this one. Saki way there in the back. You can see him back there, taking his time, making sure nobody gets left behind. Uh-oh, we got like a scary portal thing here. Oh! How do you go faster? Anybody? Shift. Okay. Oh, interesting. Let's split you guys up. Okay, Anubeta gets dumped off the top. GXO's still there. GXO in the lead. Saki is no longer last. Lol Gore Hunter got tucked back there in the portal. Oh, Magic Nachos died off the face of the earth. He's gone. Rip. Speed bumps. Cedric wants this, man. Cedric wants it. He's like, I see you're a sub. I'm coming for this. I want to be a sub too. Every boost is getting hit. These guys are fighting. It's going to be a brawl. GXO and Cedric head and head. Blader's coming up from the rear. Blader wants it too. GXO wants the win. Cedric's like, I'm coming for it. Oh, we went up. Oh, this is sweet. Where'd they go? Oh, there we go. We're going down the stairs here. This is a pretty sweet map, man. Okay, we're floating. Oh, you guys got stuck on the doorway here. You're ghosting. Everybody's ghosting. Spooky. GXO around the corner. More ghosting. I have no idea where the end of this is, so I don't really know who's in the lead here. I'm actually legitimately concerned that something is going to jump out at us here. Oh, I see it. I see the end. All right, let's see it, guys. Who's going to take this? Cedric? Is it going to be Cedric? Cedric in the lead here. I think he may have done it. Cedric with the big finish, ladies and gentlemen. 4-minute map. PogChamp. Enjoy. Cedric, well done, sir. Let's gift this man a sub, shall we? How do I go about doing this? You go here, right? And then you go here. And then you go here. All right, guys. I had an absolute blast today. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're not already followed, subscribed, get in on this. It's going to be good times. I'm around every day, 4:30 a.m. pre-market, and then I'm going to open up the market with you guys from now on. Of course, we're going to go raid Mr. Stock Guy here. The Stock Guy. We're going to raid him because that's what we do. So we're going to do that. Enjoy the show. Enjoy what Stocky's got for you. I'm sure he's going to be hyped all day for you guys. I'm going to go get some sleep, followed by a birthday party, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a blast. Later.